Hey everybody, I'm Trent and I'm going to give my first review video. And it's going to be on the United Shades of America with W. Kamau Bell hosting it. If you don't know who W. Kamau Bell is, he is a comedian out of the Bay Area. He's had a previous show previously on TV called Totally Biased with W. Kamau Bell, which is a pretty decent show. I think because it was on FXX, it may have not have blossomed like it had the potential to. But that's my opinion. I really don't know what happened. I'm just saying what happened. All right. The episode starts off with him going to meet a Klansman member along a dirt road, which for anyone, especially a person of color like myself, is very unnerving. And especially when you reach out to shake a Klans member's head. It's very, very, very unnerving. You have to sit down. It's surreal too that the guy, he wants to have his face covered so you don't know who he is, and he wants to have his voice modulated so you don't know who he is because he wants to be the Imperial Wizard of KKK with a long ass KKKKKKK.org/.com web address, which is ridiculous, and that whole situation with him being the Imperial Keystone Knights of the Ku Klux Klan website situation was experienced. I just don't get why. I get why he covered his face. I get why they cover their faces. It stems back to the 1860s when the Forrest founded the Klan and they wore hoods and stuff because they were scaring black people so they wouldn't vote and things like that. And then the Klan became all inclusive racists and elitist and white Protestant and WASP society where, it wasn't good enough to go ahead and persecute black people. Let's go after Native Americans. We're going to go after Jews because they're a dirty race. And last time I checked, Jews were ethnicity. But that's neither here nor there. Let's move on. Muslims, and pretty much anybody who's not a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Even women. They even hate against women. It's all about the white man and the white race and stuff like that. So it's one of those. It's a funny episode. Don't get me wrong. It's funny, but at the same time, it's very, very serious in tone, and everyone should watch it. When he meets with the guy, going back to the guy covering his face, for me, I think covering his face is ridiculous, and it makes no sense for him to do, because dude, you're in an organization that you know it's wrong. You know everything, the tenet of this place is wrong. So why are you in it? Because you want to stick to your white morals and stuff like that. That's why you're in the KKK, and you want to promote the white race. But at the same time, it's kind of counterproductive too for you to say I'm going to promote this, but I'm going to wear a mask, and we're not. And then you're going to say at the same time we're not a hate organization. We're an organization promoting white power. And I think there are positive ways to probably promote, white heritage and stuff like that. But and just like there are positive ways to promote black heritage. I mean, you didn't see a lot of like, I guess, like the Black Panthers and people like that wearing hoods and stuff and covering up their faces and mouths so you couldn't see them. Hoods and stuff are for what TV says. They're for superheroes, and they're for gang members and criminals hiding their identity. So you've done some fucked up shit. So that's why you're hiding your face as a Klans member. Because I know you're not jumping out of a building saving anybody with a fucking bed sheet on, with a satin bed sheet on that has better thread counts than the shit I got on my bed. Just saying. That's just me. He did go to a town that was 96% white, overwhelmingly white, and they had a small community where they wanted more diversity, they wanted more inclusion, and he got some great feedback from some of the residents. We didn't see what happens when he met other residents, but I'm sure there's outtakes and things like that show how certain people may have reacted to him, especially a 6'4" black dude walking around a small Arkansas town. Actually, any black dude walking around a small Arkansas town is, a sight to behold. But that's neither here nor there. He met with a Klansman there. I see if I can remember the gentleman's name. Let's just say it was eventful, because he met with the guy. The guy's name was I want to say Thomas Robb. It was Thomas Robb. He met with Thomas Robb, and they had lunch at a diner. And Thomas Robb was one of those guys who he's a smile in your face
Stephen
racist,
King, the master of
especially when he
suspense,
said
and
that
the
black people couldn't manage their own, couldn't police themselves, and white people have an inner drive for law and order. If white people have an inner drive for law, then get Ice-T's ass off of SVU. That's all I'm saying. Get him off of SVU. Get it's a lot of people you need to get off of SVU there because black people can't manage law and order. But that's another joke. Um, and then he says some white people are really, really trash. So a lot of the times he's saying stuff that's it's just it's just BS. Like he's trying to he's preaching a false ideology of white superiority, saying that there is a war on white people because the minorities and people in this country are coming for them, and they want integration. They don't want white people to live separate lives. And then he says he had a dream of a white only towns and stuff in America where only white people could be, and they've had that. It's called America. They tried that in Africa with minority rule with Rhodesia up till '79, and to a point in South Africa and actually Namibia as well. So it's well documented what happens when white people try to govern themselves. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, and in some places, the population gets too diverse where you need to start being inclusionary, and you can have majority. You can't majority rule and minority rule. They kind of, just as far as what we've seen in the past couple years, they don't really work all that great together. I mean, but he tried. Rob really tried to ingratiate himself and sell himself to becoming, a messiah to the white masses and say that we're gonna that he's gonna lead them to I guess a past the racial war that's coming in this country. And he never, and a lot of times they got to the time to talking, and he met with another gentleman, I can't remember his name, who was a vehemently diehard racist. And there was a scene where he walked past a swing set, and he asked him, can his daughter play on those? And he's like, nope, your daughter has her own community where white people aren't welcome in. And last time I checked, I'm looking around, and I don't know any community in America that white people aren't welcome in. And he said because we have guns and drugs and stuff like that, white people aren't welcome in black communities. And I thought that to be the bunchest bag of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. But it's neither here nor there once again. He also, when he walked by the swing set, you also saw that a lot of the toys, as you'd find on the swing set, are held together with ropes and stuff like that. And there were probably those new age nylon ropes. But the fact that a black man walked by a swing set, by a tree with ropes next to a white man and on a professed Klan compound had to be one of the most harrowing episodes of TV I've ever seen in my life. Then when he went and talked to Pastor Rob and his daughter and helped them, I guess, in the back, give them some technical expertise as far as filming their TV show, that was interesting as well. Because they're probably never going to say that they had help getting their camera right. And they're filming on one of those 1999 Sharp cams or whatever they have, those little small Sony cams with the flip out screen and stuff. That's probably only still filming in VGA or some shit like that. So it was funny. It was really, really funny. Them filming on that camera and taking notes from a black man. He also went to Kentucky, which was actually really interesting because he met a lot of white people who, just like white people were in the 60s, they don't talk about the Klan. It's there, but they're not going to talk about it. He met a young white guy, who says, oh, yeah, you can't this, that, and the third about the town, but over here is where the Klan is. And he just set it out. And I don't know that's because maybe young people don't have any chill or maybe, I don't know how genuine the scene was. The scene looked very genuine to me. But white people are so ingratiated with stuff, they think the Klan and stuff is second nature, and they're going to deny it. Oh, we don't have a Klan problem. It's just only certain individuals. We had a Klan problem back in the '60s. Yes, we did, or in the '50s, but we don't have a Klan problem now. Which up the road is a motherfucking Klan rally where it's some guys buying sheets and stuff to wrap up and actually have a cross lighting because they don't call it a cross burning. So I'm trying to figure out the difference. I mean, I know what a Christmas tree lighting is when you wrap lights around a Christmas tree, you plug that bitch in and it lights up. But a cross burning is around the same. No, it's not. A cross burning is the same as you taking some wood in the shape of a cross, you wrapping it up just like they did, and you lighting it on fire. It's a cross burning. It is a, let's just call a spade a spade. I mean, this Klan tried so hard to make themselves seem like they were this new age Klan, kind of like when the WWE decided that fuck it, we're gonna give up blood in the attitude area. We're gonna go PG, and it's gonna be John Cena, and wrestling's gonna be so awesome and great that it's not gonna be anybody blading themselves, and no one's going through tables. And now sometimes that shit just don't work. You are who you are, and the Klan is the Klan. No matter if you try to change their image, there's no image you can change. That's like saying the Crips and Bloods are gonna become a Christian organization. Really? Let's just stop fooling ourselves. I'm saying, let's get to a point in our own lives that we can decide that, okay, well, the Crips, the Klan is who the Klan is. Let's find out why the Klan shouldn't be anymore. And there's a lot of reasons why the Klan shouldn't be anymore. A lot of the main reason is point blank, they're a hate group, and it's okay to hate in this country. It's really, really okay to hate. A lot of people do hate. But when your hate involves going out and causing harm or provoking harm with another subset of the population, just because you think that that you have a divine right, a manifest destiny to rule this country and the world should be all right, or your portion of the world should be all right, you can go fuck yourself with a saguaro cactus. And I'm gonna leave you with this analogy. I know we're going on a long time, and I know it sounds like I've been rambling, even though I've been trying to sit here and be funny. The guy said something. One of the guys said one thing where he thought that he's down for repatriating all blacks back to Africa. Be it that Africa is a continent, and where are you going to repatriate us to? We've been here. We have citizenship. It's against the law. I don't know. The funny thing I found when he said that is he didn't say nothing about repatriating the white people who I know came over here from, let's say, some of these Anglo countries. Let's go with France and the British Isles and the Netherlands, Spain, just name a few. And let's give this country back to the Native Americans. Oh, let's not do that, because you know why? He killed them all with smallpox. So that's another moment where I was like, you just said something that didn't make any sense, and now you're talking out your ass. So it was mainly the episode was great. Don't get me wrong, it was great. But as far as the Klansman on there, and I think this is just them trying to find points to make racism seem like it was okay, was just a lot of talking out their ass, and it was just counterproductive to the point of them making racism seem like, hey, it's great being a Klansman, because the people look miserable. The people holding the robes look miserable. The people living around these are all white people. They look miserable. So personally, I don't feel like there is any place for hate in this country as a black man. I mean, but people are gonna do what people are gonna do, and you can't. You can do what you can to sway people's opinions, but people are still gonna be people at the end of the day. Period. If you want to get in contact with me, like this video, comment if I said something that offended you. Let's talk about it in the comment section, or you can email me at trent.lamons.com. You can talk about it there, or you can find me on Twitter at Trent_PhD. Thank you guys. You guys have a good one. Be blessed.